A very good evening, Zimbabwe. You are listening to Studio 7 from the Voice of America in Washington on January 3rd, 2022. This is Live Talk. I am Gibbs, Dube.
And just welcoming you to our first program on Livetalk here at Studio 7 this Monday, January the 3rd, 2022. Just saying Happy New Year to everybody. I'm Marvellous Mhlanga Nyahuye.
Tonight on Live Talk, we are talking about the year 2022 and other issues.
But first, let's take a look at the COVID-19 pandemic. The Ministry of Health reports that 15 people died of COVID-19 in Zimbabwe yesterday, and over 650 people tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. More than 5,000 people have succumbed to COVID-19 since March last year when the pandemic started.
The ministry also reports that more than 4.1 million people have received their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine and at least 3.1 million their second dose.
And in other news, in Bulawayo today, there was a memorial service for late football administrator Ndumiso Gumede, who died last week. Gumede, who was the Highlanders Football Club president and a former Zifa vice president, will be laid to rest in his Nyati homestead in Matabeleland North.
We're also talking about your New Year resolutions. What will you be doing this year to improve your life or other people's lives? Yebo kambe mahlabezulu njani lapha likhona siyalamukela ke ku-2022 silethemba lokuthi liphilile lapha likhona endaweni zonke zomhlaba. Yes, sike sikhangele ke i-COVID-19 okokuqala uhlangothi lwezempilakahle lubika ukuthi kulabantu abayi-15 ababulewe i-COVID izolo bese kusithi abayi-664 ngabantu abahlolwe batholakala belegciwane leli. So ke singatsho ukuthi ke uhlangothi lolu luthi kulabantu abayi-5,032 asebebulawa i-COVID-19 kusukela ngoMbibhito nyakenye. Bese kusithi ke abantu abayi-183,261 baphepha kumkhuhlane lo. Umkhuhlane lo kwele Zimbabwe kusukela ngaleso sikhathi swabamba abantu abayi-214,876. Kuzobuya ke asebejove ijekiseni yokuqala bedlula 4.1 million, asebejove yesibili bayi-3.1 million. Ngase sijula siyaphambili njalo kukhanya kuningi phela okumele sikhulume ngakho namhlanje. Marvellous unye wangikhona ukudlula emhlabeni kukaNdumiso Gumede. UGumede uyaziwa sibili ukuthi uGumede wabantu ngoba uGumede wayethanda abantu. Nguye phela wathenga i-clubhouse ye-Highlanders, wathenga i-Hotel California, babiza njalo phela lapho kwakuthiwa khona bafana bakhempa khona. Wathenga okunye nje okutshiyeneyo le-ofisi yebhoso. So ke kukhanya ngazani lamhla ke bekule memorial service kaGumede uzabekwa kusasa eNyathi. eNyathi khona lapho phela adabuka khona. Sizwa futhi njalo la ngama-New Year resolutions enu ukuthi umnyaka lo libona njani. Kunjalo ke Marvellous konke lokho.
Aiwa, tinokuchingamidza ine mufaro pano pachirongwa chedu nemusi wemuvhuro andira 3 2022 chirongwa chedu chekutanga mugore idzva. Tinoshuvira kuti makapinda zvakanaka mugore idzva iri ra2022. Saka nhasi tichange tiri kuenderera mberi tichitarisa pamusoro pedenda rechirwere cheCovid-19, tichitarisawo zvakare zvimwe zviri kuitika munyika pari zvino. Bazi rezveutano rinozivisa iro kuti nezuro pane vanhu 15 vakawanikwa ivo vachishaya kubva kudenda iri reCovid-19, uyezve pane vanhu 650 vakawanikwa ivo vachitesta positive kana kuti vachibatwa nedenda iri reCovid-19. Toona kuti kubva denda iri ratanga munyika pane vanhu 5,000 vawanikwa ivo vachishaya kubva kudenda iri. Tozotarisa zvakare kuti bazi rezveutano riri kutaura kuti pari zvino rabaya vanhu nhomba yeCovid-19 vanosvika 4.1 million. Kunyangwe zvavo vanga vakatarisira kuti vanga vachizobaya vanhu 10 million kuti pawanikwe ipo paine herd immunity munyika. Tichange tiri kutarisa zvakare zviri kuitika kuBulawayo apo vaimbova vari ivo vachishanda neZifa, uyezve vanga vari kushanda kuHighlanders vaNdumiso Gumede avo vakatisiya vawanikwa ivo vachirangarirwa. Muzuva ranhasi tinotarisa zvakare kuti vaGumede vachange vachiradzikwa kumusha kwavo kuInyati kuMatabeleland North. Tichange tiri kutarisa zvakare pamusoro pezvamuri kutarisana nazvo mugoredzva iro rino, kuti tinoziva kuti kutanga kwegore kudai vanhu vakawanda vanenge vane maresolution akawanda. Saka toda kunzwa kubva kwamuri kuti imi zvii zvamuri kutarisira mugore rino ra2022, zvamungati izvi zvakasara muna 2021, gore rino ra2022 tichange takatarisira zvakadai nezvakadai. Ndo zvimwe zvatichange tiri kukurukura nemi nhasi ipo pano. Titarisa zvakare nyaya yekuti zvikoro pari zvino zviri kunzi izvo zvambononoka kuti zvivhurwe pamusoro pedenda reCovid-19. Takaona mutungamiri wenyika vaEmmerson Mnangagwa vachizivisa kuti zvikoro hazvichavhurwa musi wa10 Ndira sekutaurwa kwazvanga zvakaitwa, asi vachazozivisa kuti zvinovhurwa rini sezvo denda iri reCovid-19 rawanikwa richipfunya chisero munyika. Kana iko kuno nepasi rose tiri kuona uwandu hwevanhu vari kubatwa nedenda iri reCovid-19 huchiwanda, asi tombobuda munyaya yeCovid-19 toda kunzwa kwamuri kuti imi zvii zvamakatarisana nazvo iro gore rino ra2022 richitanga kudai.
Yes, Marvellous, let's start with what happened in Bulawayo today at the Bulawayo Amphitheatre, where people were actually bidding farewell to Ndumiso Gumede. They call him Ndumiso Wabantu. He's a man who worked so much for football in Zimbabwe. That's one of the signature tunes, that Highlanders has. And I'm sure there's a lot that is happening, among people. Whenever they see this song, it reminds them of Ndumiso Gumede. He used to sometimes wear some traditional clothes and dance to that song, And I'm sure if he had to smile today, he was going to smile, definitely.
Yes, Gibbs, I think that's a very befitting tribute to Ndumiso Gumede, because as most of the pictures that we see of him, he's literally dressed in his traditional way, or at least the headgear. So I think, like you said, he must be smiling up there in heaven. Apo tanga tiri kuona zvanga zviri kuitika nhasi mubulawayo, apo vatsigiri veHighlanders vamwewo vanofarira nhabvu nevamwewo hama neshamwari vawanikwa vachiungana nhasi vachiwanikwa ivo vachichema nekurangarira vaNdumiso Gumede avo vakatisiya iro vhiki rapfuura. Taonapo pachitambwa ipo uyezve pachiimbwa Gibbs ari kunditaura kuti chimbo chinowanikwa icho chichiimbwa kwaHighlanders. Saka tanga tiri kutaura isu kuti ndofunga vaGumede kwavari ikoko aiwa vari kunyemwerera nekuti ndo zvavaifarira vari vapenyu, uyezve tiri kuzviona zvichiitwa parufu rwavo pakurangarirwa kwekushaya kwavo.
And we've got the former Highlanders chairperson.
We must contribute money. What Kanisa is scheme is special membership, where people pay more money than others. You only just a support, not for gain, but to promote the club. And that was committed for me. And then a few months later, we had a drink at his house. And he said, guys, I have a vision for this club. There are a few things I would like to do while I'm still able to do them. Nkhangela indawo abantu abe-Highlanders abangahlala khona baxoxe benze bakhulume nezinto eziqakathekileyo nebhiko okungavusa iklab. Again cabanga ukuthi khona i-Highlanders ibe ne-ofisi yabo khona nxa kulento anything that you want to do for the club kube nendawo yakhona. Bathi even abafana lokhu khona nxa libathatha ekuseni sofontein zilika zethatha okuso uye ngaphi kanti why kungabi le-invest ngayicompleta like kube yi-holiday kube yi-hotela like. We all know Ndumiso achieved all those things. I have been chairman of Highlanders too, but there's nothing wrong with going into political movements. My name was Shaka Green, I was a Tumile, I was a Pumabushi, I was a torch. I put them to my phone with Kunai, or make up Kumbuza now. But Kumeti, the official and natural Kumeti. The club was at Kumeti. The California had Kumeti, but it in that sense, a tenth of what he did. Where would this club? In Kachana. There was a time during my term, over supposed in the club. You know, look told you there's always competition, more come back from any special national team. But then I was under siege by my opponents. Hey, where's the look? Ukumete wabona Urota Nyamazi, who's a Canada cheer midway. He phoned me, says, Vanna, I think he came home or something. What is Vanna? Then I was safe. So he couldn't talk to me openly. He said, the last one said, you are one which when I was under attack. Particularly as a club is the correct thing. It might not be popular with other people. But I tell you, Abanto's officials is sitting in a club. Would like you to succeed. So, don't. And then you must know one thing. If you live now, when things are low, people will remember you and the past. But if you can live this club and then you go further, people will remember you for the good that you did. So, as a club and that was Gumede. And of course, when he spoke, it was like an instruction to me. I start out, we won the championship, with 1 loss, and all that was from Gumede. One other thing I would like to mention, Peter Dube is here, I'm sure. He was my secretary when I was chairman of Highlanders. Such is Vienna, I come and I just come in. Highlanders had finished number 7. Gumede was alive. They said, you know, the only thing as an executive staff, I still say number players. At least we spend the money, squad, I just going to I'm players that are going to perform a course. I have Bella. So pick up some players that see some time, they will troublemakers in the club. We could have this piece as in Iran. So I tell you this. When I was in every cent, I remember Gumede, yeah, direct, no, let me tell you something. But who was watching to tell you? You need all the money to meet a summer players. If Zifa takes, was it 10 or 15%, the share of every sale of a player, go and read player status. I think it's close to 21 or something. But just go and read that, don't come back to me often. I went in and opened the book. In there, I found a clause which said, the National Association will not benefit from any sale of a player. And they will refuse to send the money to Zifa. In fact, let us sing we quoted that, and that was the end. You can imagine, from 20,000, if you save 15%, it was a lot of money. And that was commendable.
So there you are, Marvellous. That is Roger Mhlanga. He was the Highlanders Football Club chairperson. At the time when he was leading the club, there were some upheavals, in the club. And some people were saying a lot about what was going on. Some didn't like what he was doing. And he related exactly what was taking place. And he says at one stage, excuse me, Marvellous. So he says at one stage they had to sell some players who they identified as very troublesome in the club. And they did that. And they knew that Zifa was going to take some money out of what they needed. Because they needed money badly because the club was in a very poor financial state. So, but then he says Gumede went to his home at one stage. He didn't call him. He went there and said, you know what, Mhlanga, can you go and read a certain section of the soccer statutes? Zifa is not supposed to get a cent from what you do when you sell players. And he says we did exactly that. And after that, Zifa called demanding the 10% or whatever. And he says that matter just disappeared because we read exactly what Gumede wanted us to read. And it was true. So Zifa didn't take a cent out of the sale of those troublesome players. But he says, Gumede was one person that wanted to see a peace and wanted to see a lot of progress in soccer.
Apo tanga tiri kunzwa vaMhlo mumwe weavo vanyarikani vanga vari pachiitiko chanhasi vachitaura ivo vachipa nhoroondo yekushanda kwavakaita navaGumede vachiti pane nguva apo Highlanders yanga yakatarisana nekuomerwa mukirabhu ikati iyo ichatengesa vamwe vatambi uyezve vakange vari kuti vaizotengesa vamwe vatambi vanga vari kuita zvemusikanzwa muclub iyi. Saka vanoti ivo panguva iyo vaitengesa munguva yapfuura vaiti vakatengesa vatambi vobva vapa chimwe chikamu chemari yavanenge vatengesa kune Zifa, asi vaGumede vakawanikwa ivo vachikurukura vachisanangura kuti aiwa, tarisai bhuku renyu rinotaura nezvenhabvu rinotaura kuti Zifa semotherboard haifanire kutombopuhwa kana sendi remari yamunenge matengesa maplayer. Hanzi vaMhlo vakaenda imomo vakaverenga vakaona kuti aiwa, ichokwadi changa chiri kutaurwa navaGumede vakati ivo pakazowanikwa ivo Zifa apo vatengesa maplayers Zifa yakawanikwa ichizoridza nhare ichiti ko tipei ka percentage. vaMhlo vakati kwete, tiri kuendererana nezviri kutaurwa mumabhuku ezvebhora ekuti imi seZifa hamurifanire kubata kana sendi remari yemaplayers atinenge tatengesa. Saka vanga vari kutaura kuti vaGumede munhu aida nyaya iyi yenhabvu zvepamwoyo uyezve vaida zvinhu zvechokwadi vachishandisa mabhuku ebhora kuti vataure kuti endai pakati section yakati kuti munhu anyatsoziva kuti vari kutaura kuti ivo sachairman panguva iyoyo mamwe mabasa avakaita kana vachizvitarisa haaenzane nemabasa akaitwa navaGumede apo vakawanikwawo vachishanda neHighlanders.
Yeah, so I think it's good that you identify that. So he says, people remember Gumede for what he did for the club, but people can't remember me for whatever I did. Those are
the words of a man.
A very wise man, yeah.
He's a very wise man and also a humble man, because most people will not come out and say that, because I picked it up, although he said it in Ndebele, people laughed. Because, he said, people will remember him because of the notable works that he did. But I know I was also chairman at one stage, but, I know that I did not measure up to what Mr. Gumede will be remembered for.
And he also challenged some other former chairmen who were there and said, what did you do for the club?
Oh,
he said, he said, you know what? There's no one who can say, this one did this, that is more than what Gumede did for the club.
Yes, and I like the ambience in the room, Gibbs. It mirrors exactly how Gumede lived. I think he would love this funeral because people were laughing, they were joking, and also just bringing, like his works, the work that he did, they were honoring him, but in a way that Gumede would like.
Definitely marvelous. So let's turn to people's resolutions and other things. So let's start with this gentleman, Agape Chiangwa, who is in Chinoi. This video was sent by our correspondent, Nunurai Jenna.
2022, I think it's going to be a better year for us as youth. Tine zvinhu zvatakatanga kubva muna 22 vamwe tinenge takatanga business tudiki diki kubva muna 2021 I mean. Saka 2022 tiri kuonawo kuti kune mukana vamwe vari kutarisa vachitanzi kune nzara, but isusu sema-opportunities tinoona kuti business twedu ipapo ndo twachata sei ndo patichanyatsotogumawo zvinhu tichatoita.
Chii chamukataure kumayuthi mugore rino ra2022?
Ndichatoda kusimbisa kumayuthi ndechekuti varume zvepolitics izvi hazvibhadhari. Vanhu ngasangochemai kuti hanzi president vazodii toda kuti uyapinde. Vanhu ivavo unyange wakapinda ka hazvida kuti ivo zvichaunza chikafu mumba mako kana zvichachinja zvinhu zvemumba kwenyu, because ivo pavachapindawo vanonga vachitoti munhu atongoriwo pabasa ritongotsvagawo rungwavha sezvatiri kungoitawo. Saka it's better kuti munhu utsvage zvekuita, ungwavha uchiona kuti ungaite sei uchingobata-batawo mayuthi. Munhu usamirire kuda kuchema nevamwe, because wapinda mutaundi tasai kwese kunogwana, wakazara kunogwana, vayuthi vari kugocha-gocha, vanhu vari kuita sei. Unoona kuti zvinhu zvakaoma, zvinenge zvakaomera iwe wakagara uri kungochema nepolitics. Asi wakangwavha, so zvinoendewa. Vanhu vangati zvinhu zvakaoma, but isusu hatingati zvinhu zvakaoma isachi. Sevanhu vari kubata-batawo, like inini ndoshandawo pabucha, ndoshanda paabattoir, nemukana wekuti unowanawo nyamawo tichipa prize uchitotengesa zvinhu zvichitoendeka, uchitowana mabigger clients, zvinhu zvako zvichitongofamba. Saka point yandoda kuemphasize ndeyekungoti munhu usangomirira kuda kungogara uchingochema unzi hanzi nyika yazodai, so mvura haina kunaya. Haina kunaya, so what? Because izvozvo nyange wakachema, inini hangu ndofarira kutaura kuti no matter how good your excuses are, hazvimbobuda maresults. Iwo ndiwo unongoshongoenda down. Saka iwo alright nyange uri kukundikana, I think mibvunzo waunofanira kuzvibvunza semunhu ndeyekuti how can you vamwe uri kutadza kugocha. Saka iwo ungaite sei kuti uwanikwe uchegocha? Ndo zvinhu zvakakosha izvozvo. Because wakada kuchema kuti zvinhu zvakaoma manje hakuna kwaunoenda. How can you do it? How can you make it? Ungaita sei kuti ungawanikwa uchikwanisawo kusvikawo palevel rekuenda vamwe.
Very well, marvelous. I think you heard this gentleman. He's got a very positive mind,
Yes, he does, and he actually comes from my hometown in Chinoi, and I think he's actually in the Chinoi caves, from what I can see in the background. But a very enlightened young man. He's talking about he's taking advantage of where he works to make sure that since he works at an abattoir, he also sells meat to other people. because he manages to get it at a cheaper price. So very interesting, perception there. And then he said he warned that, youth don't concentrate too much on politics because these politicians are also looking for jobs, just like us. There's a term in Zimbabwe called ngwava, saying, they are ngwava just like us, meaning, so he's saying, don't spend too much time concentrating on what the politicians are saying because they are also looking for a way to ngwava.
So you should ngwava,
We should ngwava instead of spending too much time on politics. But I wish, our reporter had asked him about registering to vote and things like that because, that's an issue that this year will be major, and especially Zimbabwe has, the youth make up the bulk of Zimbabwe's population. So it will be interesting to see what the youth are saying about registering to vote.
Yes, now let's have Mr. Innocent Ndibali of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Zimbabwe.
Greetings to our ground forces, our fighters in EFF Zimbabwe across the country. May I also take this opportunity to say happy New Year to our great country and its leadership. I want to wish the President, His Excellency, Comrade Idi Mnangagwa, as the President of the country, a happy New Year. Let me say this to fellow Zimbabweans. Comrades, let's move the politics of Zimbabwe from the politics of insults, politics of hate, politics of regionalism, politics of tribalism, politics of divisionism, to the politics of what is in the best interest of Zimbabweans. Let us do what is in the best interest of Zimbabweans. Let us converge, but we cannot converge in insults, in disrespect, in disregard of our institutional bodies, such as the courts, such as the police, such as the prison services, the army, the CIOs, and so on and so on. Let us value and respect our institutions. Let us protect the sovereignty of our country. Let us protect the territorial integrity of our country. Let us ensure that those who are in parliament must do their job and amend the constitution to remove that clause that guarantees compensation for the former farmers in terms of the structures that they would have put in these farms. But comrades, who compensated our ancestors? Who compensated our forefathers? No one. No one should be compensated. Let me say this to the people of Zimbabwe. No one must be moved away from the ancestral villages, ancestral lands across the country. I say this to the people of Tirezi, to say, engage the leadership meaningfully, respectfully, explain. Let us explain to them. Let us make them see the value of not moving you from your ancestral villages. Let us not resort in insults. Let us resort in the politics of engagement, the politics of debates, the politics of what is in your best interest as Zimbabweans. This is my message. Let us change the politics of Zimbabwe from the politics of hate to the politics of oneness, to the politics of being African, to the politics of being Zimbabwean, to the politics of being one, to be under one flag, to be one people, one Africans. No African anywhere in Africa must feel as a foreigner, must feel as if they are a foreigner. No African must be a foreigner in Zimbabwe. No African must be a foreigner in South Africa, in Botswana, in Malawi, in Zambia, in Liberia, anywhere in Africa. Let us promote a borderless Africa so that we can deliver economic freedom in our lifetime, so that we can deliver Africa to the Africans, because Africa is ours.
There you are, Marvellous. So he says Africa is for Africans. Yes, so you can go ahead and say it in short.
Apo tiri kuona vandimbande vachitaurawo mafungiro avo vari kutaura ivo kuti gore rino ra2022 ivo vari kuti vari kuda kuona vanhu vachibatana nyanya panyaya yezvematongerwo enyika vachiti zvakakosha kuti vanhu vasarambe vachitaura zveruvengo kunyange vasiri kuwanikwa ivo vachivina vachitaura zvakare kuti pane dzimwe nzvimbo kune vanhu vari kutorerwa pavanogara vataura nzvimbo yechiredzi vachiti vanhu vanogara munzvimbo iyi vanofanira kutaurirana nehurumende mune zvakanaka vachitaurawo kuti sei vasingafaniri kunge vachibviswa panzvimbo iyi asi pasawanikwe ipo vanhu vachiita zvekurwisana kana kunyombana pamusoro pekubviswa munzvimbo iyoyi Gibbs.
So let's hear the Ndebele version of what you're saying right now.
Ama-members awe-EFF Zimbabwe ngibengelela ama-leaders wonke awe-EFF i-Africa jikelele mbingelele umongameli we-EFF eLiberia u-Emmanuel Gonkoyi, umongameli we-EFF eSwaziland umama uNombulelo, ngibingelele uleader we-EFF eZambia uComrade Mwenda, ngibingelele uComrade Banda uleader we-EFF eMalawi, ngizobingelela lama-leaders yethu uComrade Julius Malema, ngithi happy birthday kuComrade Floyd Shivambu. Ngiphinde njalo mbuyele kithi lapha eZimbabwe ngithi bantu bakithi asiyekeleni ipolitics yokuthethisana, ipolitics yokulwa, ipolitics yenhlamba, ipolitics yokweyisana, kodwa siyenze ipolitics yokubambana, ipolitics yokuyakha isizwe, ipolitics yokuunite ilizwe lonke jikelele regardless ukuthi ukhuluma isihlobo ungumhlobo bani kumbe uvela ngaphi. Kumbe okuqhakathekileyo ukuthi singamaZimbabweans sonke, singama-Africans sonke, asithandaneni njengama-Africans so that we can retain our practices, we can ensure that we return to a situation esingakwanisa khona ukuthi si-resolve ama-differences ethu ngokuhloniphana, si-resolve ama-differences ethu ngokuthandana njalo ngokuqondisana okuqondileyo. Njalo ngifuna ukuthi ngithi elizweni lakithi umnyaka lo 2021 kade ungumnyaka onzima kakhulu ekade silwisana lemikhuhlane eminingi abo COVID, silwisana lento eziningi nje ezivamileyo nje across the world, kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi abantu bathwele nzima kunzima ukuthi usupport imuli yakho, imsebenzi ayikho, ama-factory avaliwe, kodwa ngibhodile nje eZimbabwe ngikhangela mbona abantu beZimbabwe ukuthi hayi abantu beZimbabwe abakajintshi, abantu beZimbabwe abantu abalungileyo, abantu abasebenza nzima, abasebenzela imuli zabo, abangafuni violence kodwa abafuna i-development, abafuna i-unity, abafuna ukuthi ama-leaders abo engabafundisi inhlamba, engabafundisi violence, engabafundisi ukuthi bengalalelani, kodwa bafuna ama-leaders akhuluma iqiniso njalo afundisayo ukuthi sibambane njengabantu. Njalo ngifuna ukufisela yena umongameli wethu uEdi Mnangagwa ukuthi happy 2022, because u2021 ngendaba zecorona lo deputy wakho hayi likhanya liubambile umsebenzi, ngoba thina be-EFF siyatsho ukuthi hayi okuhle sizakubuka kodwa okungalunganga sizatsho njalo. Ngizacela ukuthi sicebise igovernment ukuthi ikhangele kakhulu indaba lezi esezenzakala emphakathini ezama-robberies, ezama-criminals, okutholakala ukuthi kuke kwathiwa lamasotsha aba-involved, kodwa hatshi ukuthi sithi amasotsha sesithethisa amasotsha. Hayi asitsho khonoko, thina esikutshoyo ukuthi hayi igovernment mayisebenze nzima sibili ukuze imise indaba lezi zama-robberies ezabantu abangenela abantu ezindlini njalo abatshontsha lamawaya awamagetsi njalo abakhoza a lot of harm ku-society. So sithi igovernment mayingenele izama ukuzilungisa into lezi. So happy 2022. So happy 2022.
There you are, Marvellous. He's saying no to tribalism, no to regionalism, no to corruption, no to many things. You know, he says Zimbabweans should be united, and he's actually praising the Mhlanga government for tackling COVID-19, but is worried about the spate of robberies in Zimbabwe, and they're saying that definitely soldiers are involved. So he says people are not insulting the government when they actually point out that soldiers are actually involved, allegedly, right? So at the end of the day, he says, people are seeing what is happening, and so it should be taken in that vein.
apo tanga tiri kunzwa vandimande ve-EFF Zimbabwe vari kutaura ivo vanga vari kuti vanowanikwa vachifadzwa nemabasa akabatwa nehurumende yava Mnangagwa panyaya yekurwisa denda reCovid-19, asi vashora nyaya yavanoti ivo uwandu hwezvatiri kuona zviri kuitika munyika. Tinonzwa kuti pane vemauto vari kuwanikwa vachibatana nevamwewo matsotsi vachiwanikwa ivo vachienda vachinoba mudzimba dzevanhu vachishandisa pfuti, saka vari kuti aiwa izvi havawirirane nazvo.
Then we've got this interview that was done by Ezra Chisatswanda. He was talking to, one of the touts in Bulawayo. So this guy is operating between Bulawayo and Binga. They call them Windies or Windy, but they don't like that term at all. So let's listen to this interview.
Marvellous moyo uthina ama resolution akho ka 2022 khangeleleni wena?
Amnyaka lo ngikhalida ngabe la ngancinisa ngicela ngibona umsebenzi amncinisa.
Ule mnyaka lo?
24.
Azakusebenza?
Hayi ngincedisa ezimotweni.
Umakani?
Hayi ngikondekile.
Kwendele. Awusithile ukuthi license la awufisi ukuthi kulomnyaka la uthathe i-license?
Mina ngiyafisa ukuthatha i-license na.
Linene bizothi ngowindi? Akusixoxele ngomsebenzi ngowindi kuyakusenzakala.
Anti uhamba lokhuzi. Uyabuloda la etrailing lokhu hamba offload impahla, load impahla.
Wena ungowindi siyangala?
Ngisebhinga emakhaya.
Emakhaya? Kodwa lena uthwele yahlukumeza abantu alihlukumeza.
Yahlukumeza.
Alikhwaphela abantu. Awuyichaye nxa ubiza lethi nangu umuntu sezongena lapha emoteni uyamfuna ubiza sithini?
Ngiyabona sithi BMC Spy. BMC Spy mzola Chongo. BMC Spy mzola Chongo.
BMC Spy?
BMC Spy mzola Chongo.
Sitsho lo?
Anti ngiyambiza izindaba lapho ngiyakho.
Umemeza babuya abantu?
Abantu babuya.
How?
Lena uma kulenye imoto sesidonselana umuntu.
Usedonselana umuntu? Ubamba isikhoma sakhe? Wona wavela uthatha isikhoma somthethi?
Hayi, kusensarilana.
So lo nyaka ukhala uqhubeka phambi kwezomsebenzi wakho?
Hayi, ngikhala lamnepe ngala ngavuma tshintshe sesifuna kwamnyezo kwena.
Usufuna ukutshintsha wenzokwena? So ubona ngani uzakwenza phela kumele uzimisele entweni lezi. Uzimisele ubona ngani uzakwenza?
Ndawo eZimbabwe ngibona nzima kangaka.
Kuyini ubunzima ohlala nabo kakhulu lapho lelizwe?
Lo umsebenzi ayibonakala.
Imali ke?
Imali ayibonakala.
Kodwa uyafuna ukuthi uthathe i-driver's license? Uswelana ukuthi indaba ungayithatha i-driver's license utshona le moto kuyini okuswelayo kakhulu?
Imali.
Uthathe i-license? So ungathola license la uzafuna ukuthi uzidrayivele la ungabizeli izimoto? Ubunzima ohlala nabo nxa usenza uba nguwindi kuyini kakhulu?
Amzima kokani ukuthi bese sikhathi nje imoto zabe ziziningi lapho. So sikhathi imoto ziyabe zichatshana lapha. So sabesithathela nama-customer. So isikhathi gcine abantu bengekho lapho.
Wena ukhona ukuthi ubize kwagcwala? Ilodi bakunika imali ungayigcwalisa imoto ubizele?
Ilodi ngesikhathi mabenqayo $3-5.
Engagcwala ibhasi yakho?
Mangagcwala masikhathi mangagcwalanga uthole
ilodi. Ungathini kwabanye abatsha abanjengawe ukuthi benze nomnyaka lo we-COVID ka-2022 kuyini wabatshela khona?
Mina ngabatshela ngokuthi asizameni ukuthi uma kasikhathi kuvuma sidinga senza something sichannel esifundile lesi.
So he's planning to get a license this year, Marvellous, and he's not happy about his job. He says it's a very, very difficult job because at the end of the day, he says, there's no money. When loads, let's say a bus or something, they pay him between $3 and $5 per load. So he says, you know what, this is not money at all. If I get my own license, I can do something different, but he doesn't have money. That's his problem. But he says he'll try by all means to get somewhere, you know, this year, but things are tough.
Aiwapo tiri kunzwa kune vamwe windi vawanikwa ivo vachitaura nemutori wedu wenhau vachitaura kuti pari zvino zvinhu zvakaoma kwavanoshanda ikoko. Kana vakaita load vanopiwa $3 to $5 paload, uyezve izvi vari kuti hazvisi kukwanisa kunge vachibatanidza mari yakawanda yekuti vakwanise kurarama. Vataura zvakare kuti vachada kuwanikwa iro gore rino vachitora rezinesi rekuti vakwanisewo kudhiraivha nezvimwe zvakadaro. Asi chandibata ndanga ndiri kunzwa Killer T anga achiridza ari mubackground umo uko kwanga kuchitaurwa namukoma vanga vari kutaura apa. Asi vanga vari kutaratidzika vari mukoma vechidiki, mukoma vechidiki vanga vari kutaura zvavari kushuwira mugore rino ra22. Saka vati 2022 vati vari kushuwira kuti vawane residence uyezve vawanikewo vachibatawo mari yakati wandei mubasa ravo sawindi.
So for him, life is very, very tough. And he says, you know, even if you go to school in Zimbabwe, it doesn't make a difference. So, but he says, if you are doing your own thing, you know, you can turn around your life. Let's see what he's going to do. So we've got a lady here who also spoke with Ezra Chisasbanda. Here he comes.
Matawa. Unjani matawa? Bonse semutsha lapho lemnyembe. 40. Abantwana bangaki matawa? Mulo yedwa. Ubaba wami.
Ukhona.
Yeah. Hlalonke. Nanku umnyaka ka-2022 akusitsheleke ukuthi ukhaleleni umnyaka 2022. I-COVID azange ukathake?
Hayi.
Azange ube layo?
Hayi.
Wawatest? Swahlatshwa?
Ngahlatshwa.
Zonke zombili? Akusitsheleke umnyaka lo obuyayo ukuthi ukhaleleni ukhuluma ungesabi nje yonke.
Mina angangifuni ukuthi ngathi kuyatshintsha ngempela ukuthi mina bengakaboneli.
Kulesifiso sami ngo-2022.
Mina into engiyikhangelela kakhulu bengifisa ukuthola umsebenzi, ukuthi uthole ukuziphilisa kahle kahle. Umsebenzi into engiyikhangelela kakhulu engifisa ukuthi uthole umsebenzi.
Udinga umsebenzi kanjani?
Wezandla, wezindlini nje kuphela.
Usebenza nomunye umuntu?
Ngoba impilo yakho iyabe inzima.
Uphila ngani manje kale?
Benzenza ukuthengisa. Ngihamba emakhaya ngiyathengisa ishukela, usepa, ngithengisa lo mumuntu. So ngiphathe siwozima ukuthi uyawuthengisela abantu. Ngani umnengi phela akula business.
So wena ususithi-ke usufuna ukuthi utshiye lokho kokuthengisa uzi
imisebenzi ukuthengisa yebo iyangipha imali. Kodwa manje ukuthi imisebenzi.
So akwasebenza?
Angisebenza. Ngisebenza ngingakayenzi ngisebenza. Ngoba sengiyindile bengisebenza okukuchayisa.
Ngapho usebenza ukwenzani?
Ezindlini.
Kwezindlini? Ufunda okunganani?
Hayi ngagcina grade 7.
Kwathi usehlulani?
Abazali baswele imali yokundlulisela phambili.
Bangabaphi?
Laphi.
Uzwagcina usuyenda? Wena ule minyaka mingaki?
Wenda ile 20.
Ule 20? Wawufisile ukwenda lapha mba wawudinga ukuthi uncede la ugcine?
Hayi angangifisile.
Umntwana kodwa ngoyedwa? So abantu bebehlangana nomkhuhlane we-COVID lo ubona umkhuhlane uyaphela into yakho?
Hayi mina angiboni kuyaphela. Hayi angiboni.
Kodwa uthini ukuthi abantu basebenze kuphela asiqhubeleni phambili sisebenza la kulanda?
Siyasebenza kodwa siyabazimele silandele konke okumele kwenziwe.
Sizivikele. Ungabalayo uthini abanye abantu akulalele ngasisikhathi? Ungathini kubo?
Ukuthi umkhuhlane we-COVID ukhona. So abantu asizamele ukuthi silandele esikuxwayiswayo ukuthi sitshele ukuthi sigqoka ama-mask, silokhu ziyi-social distance.
There you are, Marvellous. The lady is saying that she used to actually go to rural areas to sell various commodities. But the problem is that, the market is flooded with some commodities like maize, but she still sells sugar and soap. But then the problem is there's no business these days, and she doesn't see anything changing this year because of circumstances beyond her control. And she's looking for a job as a domestic worker. And she says, she went to school but ended in grade 7 because her parents didn't have money to take it for her to further her education. So according to this lady, Matau, life is very tough. She's married, yes, but she's finding it very, very hard to survive.
Apo tiri kunzwa kubva kune mumwe mudzimai vanozviti ivo amai Madhau vachiti kunyange yavo vakaroorwa uyezve pari zvino vaimboita basa rekungwavha zvambotaurwa namukoma wevai vachienda kunotengesa zvinhu pari zvino zvinhu zvakati omei nekuti hapana vari kukwanisa kunge vachitenga, saka vari kuti vanombotengesa zvinhu zvakadai seshuga, asi pari zvino vatengi ndo vari kushayika, saka vari kuti vakutotsvaga basa rekuti vashande mumba. Vanoti vakaenda kuchikoro kusvika pagrade 7 asi zvinhu zvakavaomera zvekuti kana paine vamwewo vari kuda musikana webasa wemumba, aiwa vakatarisira kuti basa iri vachariwana mugore rino ra2022.
We've also some other youths that are finding life very difficult, and as a Jesus Panda, get an interview with some of them. Here they come.
Lapha ubalani lapha mnumzane.
Mkhulu.
Ngawani ufuna uthenga? Ufuna uthenga la.
Ufuna kasuphu.
Imalini sona?
Kumele bedu.
$1
Kwana nkosiyazana.
$1 mama coin la amarandi kuyini?
Hlangela amakhulu amarandi.
13.
Buyalazo.
13 rand.
15 rand leyi.
So kunjani igama mbani?
Akujala.
Sunnyboy. Wenzani wena empilweni Sunnyboy?
Mnempilweni phela ngizamudinga uyabona mpilweni.
Asizwe ukuthi wena ama New Year resolution yakho ufuna ukwenzani lonyaka?
Lonyaka. Efukwenza for
empilweni yakho nje kuyini ofunayo. Anti umnyaka uyaqalisa. Okufisa kuphutshe ufuna kwenzakaleni kuwe lonyaka? Ufunani ufuna ukwenzani ibhizinisi, ufuna ukudriver, ufuna ukwenzani, ufuna ukuthatha umfazi, ufuna ukwenza umfazi la. So kuyini onye ufuna ukwenza owenza uphumelele?
Owenza uphumelele.
Ufuna
udinga ube imali uthi ngithola imali yami ngimbontingeza njalo.
Unyaka nxa uqala phela lamaphupho esiwafisa uthi hey unyaka lo nyaka ngifuna ukwenza lokho. So wena
phela zona izifisa sengafisa kodwa kunjani kungayenzakali yabona.
Lawa ke linathana madoda.
Ayibanyabona but sinakho khona.
Ngamanzi kuphela. Lenza lene ngiyalibona lingabatsha lemnyama ngafana. 18. Wena ke? Wena ke? 19. Ake nitshele lonyaka kuyini elifuna ukwenza empilweni zenu elifisa ukuphumelela mbele ukwenze. Lingathi lifuna nisithi new year resolution. Uthenga izimoto. Uyakwazi ule license manje?
Ayingabi la.
Wena ke?
Mina.
La ufuna uthenga imoto. Wena ke?
La.
La ufuna imoto futhi? Ngiyabona lapha ekhaya ngapha. Ekhaya kusepinga. Lesazi isitonga. Ngicela libingelele abanye nje ngesitonga, ulimi lesitonga abalalele emhlabeni wonke.
Nice. Siyabingela manje wani lapha kulokwazi isitonga.
Hayi kukhona abazezwa abanye isitonga, abanye amatonga alalele South Africa, UK, eAmerica.
Emanyolo. Masa kuthi kakuboni uthonga ngakweli kwakho.
Kunjeni?
Ngoyesabeni bosebenzuma.
Yeah. Esiyaphuwa ke bathi.
Siyakwazi.
Eh?
Siyakwazi.
Awazi. Karihangwe.
Azayomfika.
Yawazi. So ligcineni nekhari zange lihambe lina umnyaka uphele ngoDisemba.
Hayi.
Lenzani lapha ndhlanga ngobulala lasebenza?
Ukubhodela njalo ukuthi asizwayela futhi njengabantu.
So liphila ngani?
Phila ngokudla.
Likuthatha ngani?
Sathenga izitolo.
Imali ke lithatha.
Imali. Abasponsor abadala ukuthi nje abafana abahlala edorobheni.
Mbona lapha le nathi kukhanya kumnandi kuyilo. Kuyilo.
Koloti.
Ngathi nje.
Koloti. Nyoshama nyo. Uma bika umuntu.
Kuthiwa kuyilo.
Ithi.
Ithi.
Nikolota.
Kuphekwa ngani?
Amanzi.
Lani?
Achuka kuphela. Achuka kuphela.
Amanzi le brown sugar. Phela.
Bikachuka.
Kuthiwa ikachua. Bikashua.
Ichuka.
Oho. Iyenzana lemzimbeni bikachua. Njengetiye. Okay. So when ufuna uthe uyangaphi this year? Uthe uyathenga imoto. Uyathenga imali yokuthela. Uzathola. Alright. Liphile uhlanje. Happy New Year.
Those are youngsters, you know, we're chatting to Ezra Jesus Banda. Very interesting because they spend the whole day just doing some of these things. And what you saw there was the first guy was counting coins. He wanted to buy something, and you know, you heard a lady in the background saying it's about 15 rand, right? And he wanted to buy something, but maybe it was not enough. And another one is saying, let's try to get some more money to buy whatever you want to buy. And according to Sunny Boy, you know, he can make New Year resolutions, but those wishes cannot be what he wants, you know, at the end of the day. You won't achieve it because life is tough, according to him. And then Ezra spoke with these youngsters. You know, they're very young, and they're from Pinga. They were drinking this mixture of water and brown sugar. You know, at school we used to call that ikoro, and now they call it nicolota or bigai sugar. So you just drink it as it is. It's not toxic. It's not an alcoholic beverage. It's just water and sugar, you know, and it makes you a bit strong, you know. But these boys have got some ambitions. One of them, two of them, want to have some licenses this year, and all of them want to buy cars, even if they don't have money. They are saying their parents are sending the money. So what we don't know here is whether their parents are outside the country or somewhere else. You never know what these boys are up to, you know.
Yes. Aiwa apo tanga tiri kunzwa nekuona zvakare vakomana vechidiki vakawanikwa ivo vachitaura nemutori wedu wenhau vanga vari kutaurawo shuviro dzavo dzegore ra2022 vachitaura ivo vamwe vanga vari kuti vada kuwanikwa vachitora marezinesi vamwe vakati uye shuviro yavo ndeyekuzotenga mota kana vachinge vakura ndinofungidzira nekuti vana vechidiki uyezve vanga vari kunwa ivo yavanga vari kuti korowota yavanga vari kuti imvura yakaiswa brown sugar nekuti ndambotarisa chida kunyatsoona kuti vari kunwei zvavanga vari kunwa asi chanyanyondifadza Gibbs ndechekuti vakomana vanga vakageza zvakanaka handisi kuzoti inyuye here yavanga vakachena uyezve havasi kunwa zvinodhaka vari kunwa yavari kuti iyo korowota ndinoziva kubva kudhara kuti yakagara iripo asi vanga vachinwa zvakare vachinwa vari mumawine glass avo saka handisi kuzoti apa vanga vari kucelebrata new year here.
Yes. It was a New Year celebration, and you know that ikoro is something that was a big currency at boarding school. If you had that, you're going to trade it for something big, you know. Like you give somebody a glass, and then that person will give you 5 slices of bread, you know.
Wow! So
it's an interesting kind of a drink, you know.
Yes, but what's impressed me about the young men, like what I said, Gibbs, is they looked very well kept. And they were smiling, you know, despite, I don't know, their surrounding, whatever they're facing, like what the other young men said, that he just has coins that they want to buy something. But they were happy. They were
very
smiling,
happy.
you know, great looking young men, very well dressed, clean. And also they were drinking coral water from their wine glasses, looking very happy, celebrating their new year. So their resolution is that they want to buy cars, I guess, when they grow up, and also to get their licenses. But yes. I heard someone in the background said something about some people in the UK must help us. But
he said, you know, if we record another video, you know, doing all these kind of things, there are some people who can help us from the UK.
Yes, I thought
yeah,
that.
you know, yeah.
So they are also looking for well wishers, but you know, they looked very happy with the upcoming year, despite, you know, what one of the other younger guys said, that, you know, they were trying to put money together to buy something.
Yeah, so we've got another lady, you know, she is baking some cakes.
Ngibona uhlala lapha koBulawayo wona kuyini okwenzayo sesingena ngo-2022.
Okay, 2022, we know engikufundileyo during i-lockdown, ngesikhathi siqale lockdown ngendaba ye-COVID, ngisifundise ukubheka amakhekhe, lokwenza i-decor for kids parties, lobola, lemshado. So ngiyabheka ama-cakes, ngiyenze i-decor yabantwana, ayama-party, siyenze i-photoshoot, isethape i-photoshoot. Konke lokhu ngufunde ngesikhathi se-lockdown.
So ukhangelela ukuthi ibhizinisi yakho leyo umnyaka lo ka-2022 ubone iyakhula?
Ngifisa ikhule.
Uthe wena usenza kanje lezi zinto, ngiyabona ngapha kulento zakho uzayalungisa lapha lemgano konke yonke into enjalo, amakhekhe wawufunda ubona ku-YouTube kumbe ubona?
Ngafunda ku-YouTube.
Wasifundela konke?
Ngasifundela ngakwesikhathi lami ngabe ngisiba perfect.
Abantu bathi nasidle ikhekhe lakho le?
Hayi, bayathakazelela.
Kuthi umuntu ofuna amakhekhe kumbe ufuna lokhu kumele enzeni, uyakudinga wena?
Ya, nxa ufuna amakhekhe uyangifonela ku-0773 455 701. Nxa enquire amakhekhe, ideco, konke nje siyenza welobola.
Lapho ukhuluma ngelobola utsho ngosilobola la?
Abantu kathesi sebesenza amadeco uma kulotsholwa laphana ama-celebrations, bayenza ama-photoshoots. So siyayenza ideco yangikhona, siyenze lama-cakes.
So nxa sithi umuntu le party yabantwana kumele enzeni, umele akukhulume lawo, uyahamba uyemenzela yonke into?
Sihamba siyenza konke.
Yena ehlezi ngikhaya?
Yena ehlezi ngikhaya.
Abantu abaningi ngesikhathi se-lockdown lezi basuke ukuthi benzeni, kodwa noba umuntu ohlakaniphile yakhula ibhizinisi. Ukuthi amaviki wonke lapho usebenza?
Hayi, ngisebenza ngoDisemba, kube kungcono. Kube kungcono kakhulu.
Uyini ofuna ngaphandle kwalokho into ezenzayo unyaka lo uyafuna ukwenza?
Umnyaka lo obuyayo ngifisa ukuthi
wona lo ka-2022.
Wona lo ka-2022 esiwungenileyo. Ngifisa ukuthi lami ibhizinisi lami likhule, ngincane lakho izinto zihambe kahle, lami ngithola ishop etown kwenze ukuthi ngitholakale lula. Okwakathesi ngisenza from home.
So akulanto engasimisa lapha lokho kwe-COVID wena awumi?
Hayi, COVID hayi. Siyafaka ama-maski, sanitize, siyenze konke.
Asithi-ke abantu abakukhangeleyo uyahamba indawo zonke koBulawayo, ugcina ngaphi xa lo muntu okufunayo?
Hayi, nxa lo muntu ongifunayo, anyway siyahamba as long as transport ikhona, siyahamba as long as ubhadalele imali yakho on time. Qakathekile lakho ukubhukha on time.
Abantu abathanda ukwazi ukuthi uFacebook bangawuthola ngaphi njalo ngathi sikhanya khona ibizo lakho kuFacebook ithi utholakala thwana?
Ibizo lami Facebook nguDorothy Mkhwananzi.
Walibhala ngamakhekhe hayi?
Hayi.
Kodwa amakhekhe kuthiwa yiDo what?
Amakhekhe ama-Do's Cakes.
Do's Cakes. Awukabe le-page Facebook sasenza uDorothy Mkhwananzi? Akuphinde uDorothy Mkhwananzi kuFacebook abatholakala khona?
KuFacebook Dorothy Mkhwananzi.
Bazabonani lapha abancane ngomkhwananzi?
Vale bahle babona amakhekhe wawo profile.
So wapheka amakhekhe ebantwini abaningi kakhulu.
Ya kakhulu.
Lemtshadweni. Emaphathini.
Lemaphathini nakumalobola.
Awutsha inamba ukuthi bakuzwe ifoni.
Phone number zami ngu
0773
455 701.
Phinde.
0773 455 701.
Loba ke ufuna ukubhekisela ubani ikhekhe kumbe umkhulu wakho le birthday angathi uyenza wonke nje uDos Cakes abantwana baba baza siyabona ukuthi ezi decoration ezikhona emuva ngapha uhlale nangumuntu osethuthukile sesiya phambili umnyaka lo sufisela ke inhlanhla enkulu tshela abalaleli ugcina ungahamba ukuthi uthini umnyaka 2022
umnyaka 2022 besicela lisekele uDos Cakes le decor yakhe kakhulu siyabona.